So welcome to Photokina 2018. We're here at the Camera Rescue booth with Andy from Kodak Alaris that was nice enough to come down and talk with us to talk about Kodak film, which, as everyone knows, probably Ektachrome is finally announced to be shipping soon to main distributors and stores and everyone.
That's correct,
so
yeah.
Andy, tell us a bit about that and more about Kodak Alaris.
Okay, so we're very pleased to be able to make the announcement about Ektachrome at the start of Photokina. So it's been a long time coming. We know it's been a long wait. The announcement was made really too early, and because we knew the development program would be very long, and a lot of the components that used to be in Ektachrome are no longer available, and so we had to do some slight redesigns, but using the same aims that we had before. So we've now got to the point where we're comfortable with what we're manufacturing, and ready to go to market. So the finishing event in Rochester has been taking place this week. In fact, there have actually already been some film sales now in the US, I understand. And the first pallets of film are now on their way to Europe this week. We're air shipping. It takes about a week, just over a week usually, to airship. We have our main warehouse in Europe, and from there we supply our distributors, who we supply retailers and other people that sell film. So it should be properly in the market about 2 to 3 weeks time, I would say.
I was an Ektachrome user before in 120 and 4x5, so I'm glad to see it in 35. So it's coming in 35mm, let's say still photography, coming in motion picture for 8mm soon, and 16 down the line.
It's down the line, yeah.
I'll have to ask, I know everyone's asking, will the sales maybe push it towards 120 or medium format?
So
somehow?
There is certainly a pull from photographers to have it available in 120 format, and that is something we're looking at. So I think that if in terms of what came next, in terms of new items from Kodak, that would be the one that we're focusing on next.
One thing I've heard is that E6 chemistry might be coming again from Kodak. I don't know if that is Alaris department or Rochester department.
So
let me know.
That would be a Kodak Alaris product.
Okay.
It's certainly something that we are looking at. There are quite a lot of E6 options in the market at the moment. So we're not sure if you really need to do something now or start to do something. So it's something that I would say is work in progress.
P3200 was a big surprise.
Yes.
Is there going to be any other surprise that we could expect?
So that was very good. So it's virtually the start of the year, the T-Max P3200. So it's a push film, it's 800 speed, you push it to 3200 speed. Having that come back was very good. And so I think, just to take one step back, what we've seen in the last 2 to 3 years is a growth in the number of rolls of film we're selling. So we're seeing increased revenue and increased units. That's enabled us to really look at the film portfolio, look at how we can improve our offering to market. We're seeing a stronger growth in the market, so it's everything's lining up really nicely to do more things and to build our portfolio back up again. Everybody has their own wish list of things they'd like to see next, and feel free to drop your interest into me. But we are certainly looking at other options of films that we could bring back in the future. Some are a lot more complicated than others. Things like Kodachrome probably would never happen. It's a very, very complex film, a very complex process. But people do still ask for it, so it's nice to sort of be clear on that. But we are actively looking at what other things we can do. Things take time. Obviously, when film was at its peak, we sold many, many more rolls of film in terms of volume. There's lots more revenue and margin coming in. You have a bigger development community. That is greatly reduced now, so things just take longer.
Yeah, adapting to the decreasing market and now slowly increase, it's really nice to see a big player like Kodak turn around and start, as you say, coming back with some of your products that were, the 3200, the Ektachrome. So I have to say that's really nice to see a change in mind, because for a very long time it was pessimism that we were seeing in the market, and it's really nice to see coming. One of the problems I've seen in the current film lineup that maybe doesn't happen anymore, but just happened to me recently, is the backing paper issue. So can you explain what happened with the backing paper? I manage forums, I read a lot about it, and I want to hear what Kodak Alaris has to say on what happened. Has it been fixed?
So yeah, in fact, it was fixed quite a long time ago. We did have we have a manufacturer that supplied the backing paper, and they just stopped trading with very little warning. We managed to find a new supplier, backing paper, and it went through quite a rigorous process. But what we found was that if the film was kept not in ideal conditions, we could have an issue with a backing paper issue, and so that took a while to be identified because it doesn't happen straight away, which meant there was a chunk of film in the market. But if you keep film in the prescribed conditions, you shouldn't really see an issue. But occasionally, film will experience higher temperatures for extended periods of time, and that could have caused an issue. Not necessarily would, but could. And proportionally, a very small amount of film was affected compared to the number of film that was made with this backing paper. Okay. But it's nearly, I think it's 2 years now since we made a modification to improve that. We did hold back T-Max 100 for some reason. It had a higher concern issue there, without going into too many technical issues. But that came back, and because we made a further modification, and we're now very comfortable about the backing paper. And unless you've got a very old roll of film, which would now be out of date, to be honest, so even if you kept it in the freezer or whatever,
it could still be affected.
It could be affected. You don't know what happens there before it went in the freezer. But certainly, anything that you buy today from any supplier should be
fresh
normal, fresh and good.
So yeah, it's very good to hear. Another thing that I'm a big large format shooter. Shoot 8x10, 11x14, things like that. So I'm very friendly with Keith Canham that does the special orders for Kodak. So things like that have been spotty. Can I ask, is 4x5 in current production in a normal way in 8x10? Because I know 8x10 kind of goes up and down. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so we do have a continuous supply of sheet film, so 4x5, 8x10, and some other sizes as well. So some of them we make to order, and some of them we have in the warehouse. I have a good stock of all sheet film, and it's all ready to go. So I would hope you don't have any problems finding it.
No,
so,
I stock myself good enough, so if there's any big issues, I have some. But and then slide film, I asked 120. I hope that one day we can get some special orders, which I know a lot of people who have been sticking to slide with Fuji and seeing Fuji's, you know, I won't say leaving everything, but slowly decreasing their presence in film too, are going to miss having an option in slide. So I hope that the time comes that when one drops, the other one comes in. Is that sort of an option, or totally out of the table to make slide film on the Ektachrome side?
So it's certainly possible, I would say. So remember, Ektachrome is a slide film, and it's in 135 format currently. It's what we've just launched. So what we've launched is our sort of natural color Ektachrome. We used to have a vivid version, so remember that this isn't the vivid version. It's going to deliver natural colours. The colours are very strong, very bright. Ektachrome is a very sharp film, so it's very good for enlargements and obviously for slide display film. It's just wanted to make that point as well. But we seriously are looking at lots of a number of different things that we can do, and it's choosing the right one to come out at the right time.
One last question is, when you announced the Super 8, it would be also developed also as an option, like the old time of you shoot it, we do the rest kind of idea. Is that started already, or is it going to start?
So I can't answer too much. So the Super 8 film is really an Eastman Kodak film. So when the business split in the two directions.
In a weird way, so
Kodak Alaris are responsible for marketing and sales for still film. Eastman Kodak retains the motion picture film. That fits under the motion picture umbrella, so that would really be a question for them. I do suspect that would be what would happen.
Because the announcement is, let's say, about all products, and I know there's a split in how things are run after bankruptcy and the rearrangement of Kodak. So thanks for letting us know about that. I think a lot of people would be curious. So thanks for your time, Andy. It's been a pleasure. I hope to see and try your film very soon, and I'm sure everyone's going to be very excited.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy using the film.
Yeah, of course.